Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it today. You guys are a little dusty. Been a minute. We're gonna do ourselves a little practicing today out here. We got a little bit of welding. I don't have any welding I need to do, but I want to practice because practice makes you better at things. So what I got, a few 1/4-inch plates here. This 1/4-inch plate, I'm gonna do a little cutting with them. I'm gonna cut some short pieces on them. They're gonna be really small. This is actually will be the biggest piece. Just some 1/4-inch stuff, just to do a little practice on. Get a few cuts done here with our, what is this thing? Central Machinery horizontal vertical metal cutting bandsaw. Which it's a Harbor Freight special, but so is my welder. Alright, so here's where we're at. Got ourselves a couple 1/4-inch pieces of plate here. And they're obviously little tiny pieces. What we've done is one side we have cut at about a 40 degree. You can see that there on the right. And the other side is just a 90. I've always been told that when you do a lap weld like this, the bevel cut is better. Which, I don't doubt that, but why not have a little test inside of our practice here. So I'm gonna do this twice. Still got to clean these up a little. They're still all burred and whatnot, but I'm gonna do this twice, and then I'm hoping that I can get these to fit in my my bandsaw. I can cut them this way and see if I can tell any differences between each side. I don't have anything to like etch them with or anything like that, so we're just gonna look at it and see if you can see a difference. This 1/4-inch plate here, what we're using, we're on the MigMax 215 by Vulcan. Our settings, let's see, on our material thickness, doesn't make any sense. Well, let's see so let's see here. We got mild steel, we're using 7525, we're using 030 wire on the 220 volt, and it is 1/4-inch. So 030, so it should be H1/2 6. So I have it higher than that, H3/4, and a little over 6. So that's our machine settings, if you guys even seen them. And yeah, we're going on this. Alright, got our material cleaned up. Just hit it with some with a flat disc on a grinder is all I did. To keep this fair and as honest as possible, on this one I'm going to do the 40 or the beveled side and then the 90 degree side, and on the second one I'll do the 90 degree side and then the bevel side, in order to keep heat equal, because obviously the hotter this material gets, the easier it's going to be to weld, the more, that type of thing. So I'll do, like I said, beveled 90 and then 90 beveled. And we'll cut everything down, see if we can see a difference. Let them boys cool down. Alright, so these things are still freaking blistering hot. Like, melt your freaking face off. But we're going to go ahead and start on this anyway. Now, looking at them, this side over here was a beveled weld. This side is a 90-degree weld. This was, yeah, beveled, 90 degree. So that's how this side is. Now this side, I'm really having a hard time telling which side is which. I marked it by scratching it right there, and I thought that was going to be good enough, but I think this is the beveled side. This is the 90-degree side. So now 90-degree beveled, 90-degree beveled. I don't understand how this happened the way that it did. Oh, that's what happened. So as you can see, on the first, this was the first run on this side, was the 90-degree. So the material didn't have any heat in it yet. As you can tell where I started, as it goes down, the line you can see right here is the heat in the material. Now it got hotter as I went down. So then when I came over here to the 90-degree side, the material was already hot, so the heat penetrated further into the material, along with it already being cut at a bevel, you know, about a 40-degree bevel. So the heat went in further because first off it was already hot, and then you have the bevel. Now on this side, where I did the beveled side first, you see the same thing. No heat in the material to start with. So as I go along here, the heat gets further and further, it gets hotter, and then, you know, straightens up towards the end of this first weld. But then this weld, the 90-degree on the already hot material, did the same thing as the beveled side did. Heat went in further, and, you know, it was more of a consistent pattern and further into the material because the material was already hot. I think. I'm not 100% positive that's the science behind it, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut these things right here. I'm just going to cut it once, probably right as far, you know, I don't think I'm going to be able to get 2 cuts out of it because of the way the bandsaw is set up, but I'm going to try to cut it across here and see if I can see an obvious difference as far as like penetration and whatnot goes between the two. I know heat has a lot to do with it because obviously cold weld, hot weld, cold weld, hot weld, right? So I did 90-degree beveled, then I did beveled 90-degree. So obviously there's more heat in the material for the second weld, so it's going to go further. So I want to look and see what it looks like on the inside. Now if you're like in a professional background in this, please comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. If you see anything that's obvious right out the gate, comment below. Let me know, please. Even if you're not a professional, you're just a novice like me, comment below. See something, maybe you've made the same mistake that I'm making, whatever it might be. Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these now. Hopefully they're cool enough I don't burn the crap out of myself. Catch back up to you when I'm getting cut. Alright boys, here's the end result. So, I gotta refigure out where I'm at now. Alright, so on this one here, this was the 90-degree side. So, alright, 90-degree side. A beveled side. This was, so on this one the beveled side was the first weld. You can see in the heat right here kinda. So that was the first weld. And it doesn't look terrible. Now I don't have any of that fluid, that etching stuff or whatever, but you can clearly see, I mean there's no, like this one didn't sit well together, there's a little gap here. But you can see how that's in there nice, doesn't look any different as far as the material goes. Like it looks like it's meant to be there. So I assume that's a good thing. This side being the 90-degree side and the second weld for this one. So the material was much hotter on this weld. Same deal. I really can't tell a difference. Maybe I I wouldn't even know where to buy that etching stuff, but maybe I need to do that and then revisit this test. But this was the other one. This was the 90-degree side. Okay, so this was the 90-degree side on this one, and it was the first weld for this piece of for these two pieces of material. Now you can see these were fit much better together. There's no gap. I mean, you can see where it is, but not really. Like I said, this was first weld, and it doesn't really. I mean, without having that etching stuff, this probably isn't gonna. I'm probably not gonna be able to see any kind of a difference. I should probably get that, polish this out a bit, and you know, really see what it looks like. But on this side, this was the 90-degree side, and it was also the second weld for these pieces of material. And I'm noticing that there's this little hole right here, this little pinhole, this black spot. That's a gap. That's not. That's where there was no fusion right there. So, and that's funny too, because this is the best looking weld that I made. But this was the one that had no fusion in this particular spot, and I'm assuming that goes all the way through. It may not, I don't know. It may just be for a short period of time in here, or it might be through the whole thing. But that is what that means, is no fusion right there. So that's not good. You don't want no fusion. So like I said earlier, go ahead and comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If you see anything I'm doing wrong, or know any reasons why these particular things happen, like that no fusion right there, that kind of a thing. If you know where to get the etching liquid that people use when they do this in like classes, and I know that colleges, that's one of the things they'll do, is they'll cut your welds like this and they polish and etch it to see like penetration and fusion and all that kind of stuff. So if you know where to get that stuff, comment below, let me know. But yeah, that's gonna end this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you're here for the first time, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you all in the next one.